Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is One of One, but you can call me Seven.
I'm Vince, but my bid is for you, the people. Where's the prototype, huh? People want to know. People want to know. People came here to see you play the prototype. This ain't it. Look at the screen.
People like this series.
People do, but people also want to see the prototype.
Yeah, I'll play.
You keep pushing it on.
I'll play the prototype, okay?
When?
Is that what you want to hear? Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah,
right?
it probably is.
It probably is. I'll play the prototype soon. I'm thinking in the next couple of days I'll record it, and then I'll get it out there sooner rather than later. I promise. I know that a lot of you guys showed up because like, oh, you have voice actor for a prototype. Yeah, we'll talk about it, okay? We will. We will.
You can bully him in the comments of this video and all the other videos that he hasn't played it if it doesn't come out in a week. So what are we doing today, though?
We are just refitting the ambergris because we have a cycle clock for the Sidereal Horizon lottery.
Yep.
And we have a cycle clock for episode 2 of the DLC.
Yes. So we're waiting on those. So we figured we'll start working towards this without completing it, because this might be an ending that we want. We're not sure yet.
We really don't know.
But this does kind of seem like, based off the description over there, either stay or go with them after you complete this clock.
And honestly, Vince and I had decided that if we were going to stay with anybody, it was going to be with Bliss. Like, if we were going to go with anyone, it was like...
Bliss and Ankita seem like...
Yeah, the homies.
Yeah.
And that's like a really fun character dynamic, especially with Ankita on board.
Yeah, of course.
But instead, I think because we want to play out the DLC, because honestly, things have gone so well for us, like, and our stats are actually bumping, I feel like, you know, there's a lot that we can do. Like, I feel like a lot of people reach, well, maybe, I have no idea, but the idea that in my head is that people reach the DLC and they're not, like, necessarily ready, or, like, you know, they die beforehand, or...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's definitely people that died on Maywick showing up, right?
Yeah, gosh, I sure hope that, like, there are some real risks there. I feel like, yeah.
Right? Like, they give you a lot of time, but also, wow, that blows.
That went a lot worse than I thought it was going to go. What do we... we have nothing to use ones on.
Just use it on energy, right? At home.
Oh, sunbathe?
Yeah, because not much else for us to do with our die rolls right now. Besides getting money. We have a lot of money.
That's the first time in a while that, like, we haven't really had the... like, the stuff to use our dice on. Like, truly. Like, we had stuff. It was a risk, sure, but,
we
like...
still use... Yeah. All right,
you know,
use the
should we use some scrap?
Yeah, because
or do we need 5 dice anymore?
I mean, it's better.
We might as well just stay there.
It's better to keep up there.
Yeah,
by using one at a time instead of having to like.
Yeah, these days are gonna go by fast, guys. Like, there's not much to do right now.
Got like 2 things until.
Also, we have 3. Well, not 1.
Well, not 1.
We have 3 vials of stabilizer. Can we go buy more anywhere? Or
no? Remember? No. We have to get mushrooms.
Yeah. Should we put some?
No, we don't need it.
You're sure? I mean, we have 3. Yeah, I guess we have 3, right?
No.
Okay, fine. So
no, I don't know. Let's get more scrap. Just high rolls on scraps because we might as well just keep up the supply because there's literally nothing else for them to use.
Yeah. You're right. So we'll do this and then, we'll head to the side reel. I mean, sorry, not the side reel. The ambergris.
Yeah.
Before we.
You want to put one more on that? No, we are no.
No, we'll use
too much on the ambergris. We have 2 things. If we get a positive, that's a.
That's a. And then a neutral is 2 as well.
Yeah, we'll
right?
also complete it.
Okay, cool. Use this. You want to just reroll these?
Yeah, roll these.
Okay.
Sure. Keep on getting
this one. And then we'll use the... No, not the one. We'll lose conditioner energy, I think.
We'll use the one on the sunbathing.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So let's head over there. I'm curious, like, if... Because Bliss says that... Or rather, Bliss said that, yeah, Ankita wants us to go with her. Right? Isn't that the... Because Bliss is leaving.
Bliss is leaving. It's either go... What are you doing here? What are you doing? No.
I thought you said we were gonna finish this.
No, because I think if we finish it, it goes into to stay or leave.
Yeah, but we are gonna stay.
Oh, do you want to stay? Like confirm stay?
Yeah, we're not leaving. Well, we have the DLC to do.
Yeah.
Like I feel
like this doesn't have a cycle clock on it. So, I feel like we can make our decision at the end of the DLC. I don't even know if we stay or leave at the DLC. I don't know if there's like an ending associated with it. It's like, oh, come with us or leave.
I guess so. All right, then what do we use our 6 on?
I don't know, more scrap.
Why didn't you say that when I left?
I did say that. I thought we were of an accord, and then you started moving. I was like, what's
all right,
this guy doing?
fine.
I don't know. The option can stay there forever. Because what if we don't want to leave with like Esh and Peak or whatever?
Well, then we should definitely get mushrooms, right? We should definitely get mushrooms so that we at least are ready to make more stabilizer if we really need it.
I don't think we need it, homie. 3 stabilizers? That's a lot of cycles, dog.
Fine.
Plus, we're gonna be doing this where we self-repair.
Fine, I guess. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Neutral.
All right, so repair us.
All right. Well, next cycle, lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never been, I thought, more in sync and then completely elsewhere in the span of seconds.
I misunderstood.
Seconds.
I truthfully misunderstood.
All right,
nice.
let's go to that
6s.
lottery.
You think we'll have the opportunity to rig the lottery?
Hell no.
Well, then what do you think determines if we got it or not?
I think we just...
Oh!
Oh, look at that.
Look at this thing!
Yeah.
This is a colony ship. It's huge.
That looks dumb. I don't like the shape. It's like a weird...
It's shaped like, what I imagine a bigger Tantive 4 from Star Wars would be shaped like. The one that you see at the beginning of A New Hope. That's what it's called.
Is it?
Yeah, it's called Tantive 4.
Okay.
Yes.
The Hammerhead?
Yeah, the Hammerhead one. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Hold on.
I thought it was just called a Hammerhead Corsair.
Hold on. Tantive 4. There you go.
Look at that.
Yeah, see? The CR-90 Corvette in service of House. Yeah, House of... You were... No, I thought you were mostly right there, though.
Hammerhead Corvette.
Yeah, exactly. I promised. I knew it was...
Why did you know that?
I don't know.
Why did you look that up? When was this thing?
I don't know. I just sort of knew it. I can't really tell you when I knew that that's what it was called.
Oh, it's the specific name of the ship. I thought it was the type of ship.
No.
How do you know the specific name of the ship and not like the actual type? Like I thought you were like, oh, it's like an Imperial Star Destroyer. Oh, it's a Tantive 4. I'm like, oh, okay.
I don't know.
Thought it was a Hammerhead
I'm sorry.
Corvette.
All right. Anyway, the crowds have already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognize faces among them, people you have worked alongside on the side reel. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement to anxiety, and few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. You pick out Lemon Mina and work your way over to them, pushing through the crowd. He silently raises his eyebrows at you, his anxiety obvious, but Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of the tension. Robot! She shouts, reaching out to you. We'll give her a hug,
Yeah, give
right?
her a hug, give her a hug.
She gratefully accepts your hug, leaning against your chest, and Lem smiles, seemingly glad to share the weight of Mina for a moment. The idea that is like share the weight of this child that is like so like not heavy at all, but simultaneously so heavy.
Yeah, of course. Quite the turnout, huh?
Lem glances around, pulling Mina close.
I don't think patience is one of the crowd's strengths.
The sound of an argument towards the back catches your and Lem's attention. He is putting it lightly. This place seems set to explode. Manage him. Lem looks around nervously.
I sure hope so.
Hey, you know what? I'm prepped to protect Lemon Mina if we have to.
Sure.
This is Aster Enghard of the Sealess Foundation.
Like,
actually, I just put an effect on it.
Yeah, just put a cap. Yeah.
This is Aster Enghard of the Sealess Foundation. The announcement echoes from the speakers at the shipyard entrance, and shouts of "Quiet!" rapidly follow.
I'm sorry I can't be there to meet you all, and thank you on behalf of Sendra Celis for the work you have done on the sidereal horizon.
Most of the crowd strains to see Aster's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure, smudged and unclear.
Sendra wanted me to pass on her personal thanks for your commitment to and belief in the Celis Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we knew that we would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the venerable Havenage Association. Unlike most of the Corps, we neither believe Erlin's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new, decentralized social structure. One where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny.
A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon.
You are all pioneers, just like those core citizens who the Sidereal Horizon will carry, in cryosleep, to the planet that will become the Foundation's first frontier world, Sealess One.
At the mention of the destination world, excited conversations break out among the workers.
There, our citizens will be able to create their own innovative bottom-up economic order, aligned with the principles set down by Sendra Celis herself. Freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Havenage Yards.
It sounds like a company town, I'm gonna be honest.
A little bit. I really hope that if we do send Lem and Mina off here, they're not gonna end up in a situation worse than what we've got.
I mean, this kind of sucks.
It does suck, but at least they can make their own decisions.
Yeah.
As a reward for those efforts, you may know that we are offering a select group the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Sidereal Horizon who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space.
This is you.
Yeah, this is it.
This draw has been performed at random by the Central AIs of the Foundation and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. I know you have all been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the Celis identification numbers of those chosen for this great honor.
A murmur runs through the crowd. Celis identification numbers? Licensed contractors?
Oh,
You've never even heard the term mentioned. Is this something you were supposed to be assigned? You glance at Lem, but his eyes are fixed forward, wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones like a rising wave. Aster starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what is happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration, and everyone pushes forward.
Hey, Lem, you good, Chief?
You turn to see Lem still staring forward. Mina's scared now as the shouts start. Oh God, no! Why? Someone throws something at the entrance and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see for the first time Haven and security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rising in the crowd.
Yo, we should leave.
Should we leave or should we go?
No. Because I think we have to tell. I don't think Lem's stuck right now. I think we gotta get him down to earth.
Well, I feel like, wait, try to leave feels like we're just leaving.
I think that's just us leaving. I think we should say, Lem, let's go.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because we didn't hear about this identification number thing.
Yeah.
Which might have been because we're a sleeper, and therefore not considered a person for the sake of getting an identification number. We don't know if Lem did or not. But this seems like, but the anger's rising in the crowd because I think a lot of people here are also like, oh, we didn't get any kind of identification number. What the hell's going on? And as such,
you think this? I mean, this is definitely dangerous for Lem and his kid.
Yes, this is not where
a
child.
Yeah. Let's go. He doesn't move. Oh.
I'm just. Oh. They might call out names. I can't.
Mina tugs at his dog.
Dude, it's not happening. Leave alone. Fuck that. It's not happening, homie.
We're not leaving them.
No, we gotta go.
Happening, man. Lem blinks rapidly and then turns to you. He opens and closes his mouth and looks down at Mina. He sees the fear in her eyes and understands. It's time to go. You lead Lem and Mina out, shoving people aside. As you do, you hear the sound of scuffles emerging at the front of the crowd, of metal canisters bouncing off the shipyard walls. You keep your head down and walk away, the sound of Aster reading off the ciphers echoing above the chaos like some strange mantra. When you turn to Lem, there are tear tracks running down his cheeks and Mina sniffling into his jacket. You feel the sadness rising in you too. They screwed you. Screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling is as unpleasant as it is familiar. You stare ahead into the tunnel as the security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence.
Drive failed? Oh, does it show? Scroll down. Like red? Yeah. In fact, you never had a chance. Wow, of having to fail a drive?
Wow. Is there a way we could have succeeded?
I don't know. I never thought that would be a thing. I thought it would still complete for us.
It feels like we can't. Like, that felt so rigged.
Yeah, well, it was.
I mean, yeah.
Huh.
But what about Lem and Mina? 3 days. Sleeper, gone to find work. Lem. Huh. No.
Dang.
We need to get them a seat on there.
Yeah, we'll see if we can. But we gotta wait 3 days to do it, but that's when the side reel leaves.
Is it? Oh, crap, you're right.
Huh.
Did we mess up somewhere?
I don't think so. I mean, we never were given a number. I don't think there's anything that we could have done to get a number, because we did everything we could with the side reel when presented with it.
What do you think would have happened if we'd pushed forward there? You think Lem and Mina would have gotten hurt?
Maybe, I don't know.
There's no way we should have just let a kid be in there.
No.
No way.
I feel confident in the choice that we made there.
I'm uncertain, but I feel like you're right. Like, I'm not sure. But
I think that even if we stay, I don't think that means we just get a number for staying.
Yeah. I mean, does it?
No.
They weren't calling out names.
Security was coming in.
Security was confused.
Security, yeah, but then security's sirens for violence.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do we do now? Scrap?
Scrap.
Crap. All right. Let's see what this ship. What can we get at this ship? Can we get anything?
Ship mind.
Fragments, offloading goods.
You can make it cheaper if you want.
We could just get a ship mind.
For what reason, homie?
Just to have one.
Do you want to haggle over prices?
Just to have fun.
Sure.
Why not?
Sure.
Why not, man? Let's do that.
Cool. 32.
Awesome. Just buy another one. We'll have a whole ship mine. We'll fabricate it. Maybe we can sell it. There you go.
Alright. What if we need this for the, maybe we need a ship mine for the DLC?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Maybe.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So,
fabricator?
let's go to the fabricator and let's make a ship mine. There we go. We sure as hell don't need the money.
No? Cool. Then we got a ship mine core.
It's kind of weird that it's just like we've got one again after so long, you know?
Like how we had both ready to go basically at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. It's very interesting. All right, scrap time, I guess, for all of the dice, right? Well, depending.
Then we can use the energy on, or we can use it to gain energy soon.
Man, I'm scared for Lemon Mina.
I think they'll be fine.
Do you?
No. I think we'll be fine.
By the way, we have no drives anymore, so we can't get to our...
No, we can't get our third. That was supposed to be our third.
We can't do the thing.
No, we can't get our +2 on Intuit.
Which I really want.
Yeah.
But okay. And I guess we just sunbathe and go to bed because our cycle, our next cycle clock...
is the DLC.
Yeah, it is the DLC. We can sleep on this, right?
Yeah, we can sleep on too.
Okay, here we go. Alrighty, well, let's see what happens. It's actual bolognese sauce.
Yeah.
But do you remember how the... Nice, I like that.
Thank you.
I hope the mic picked it up. Also, sorry guys, we were talking about what we were gonna have for lunch. It hits you like a wave, a white-edged breaker roaring inland with the force of the entire ocean. The impact is a screaming brightness, blanking out everything. Behind it is silence. You float in silence, suspended. No, you do not float. You are the silence. It has filled you up. Who do you think you are? I am! It has emptied you out. You cease to exist. Time passes, though you do not feel it passing. Then something flickers in the silence, and then something moves. That something is you. You open your eyes to a metal ceiling of flickering lights. You feel the floor around you, patting it with shaking hands. You assemble an image of yourself, lying on your back in a corridor. You shake off the silence and sit up. Is this the thing that they said was coming?
Ooh, probably. They said it was like echoing out across the galaxy like a wave.
What was that? You look around, looking for a sign of some change. Damage on the wall, shouts in the distance, fire, and fear. Nothing has changed. The silence sits around you like fog. You try to think, furrowing your brow. How do you think again? It doesn't seem so easy anymore. You force the pathways to light up, the data banks to grant access. You feel like a fraction drive starting up after a long shutdown in cold vacuum.
In the wave?
In the wave was a noise, just as the sound produced by a wave raking across a pebble beach represents trillions of impacts heard as a single roar. So this sound was the result of trillions of electrons flickering in place heard as a single, impossible scream. What a visceral description. A memorage. Wow, I tried to. They put it together, so I got confused. A memory/image comes to you, one from the moments before the wave hit. You squint as you imagine it, trying to cohere its blurry form. A broken, skeletal ring, the eye, and then a vast arc approaching it, a razor-edged white curve. The wave. The wave approaches the eye. The eye spins, turning each part to face that vast white edge. You recognize their skeletal data cloud forms, the bright market, the low end, the greenway, the wastes. Then, the wave hits just as the flotilla, the cordon, turns to face it. And after that, everything is silence. You open your eyes again. That is the epicenter. But of what?
Well, nothing to do about it but help some refugees.
I guess so. We made our choice, and there's no use in being cautious anymore. And you know,
we're gonna be terrorists.
Let's go! No, wondering about what could have been.
Yeah,
we made our decision. We gotta commit. Even before you reach the cordon, the damage is obvious. The blinking red lights.
Oh,
was this an explosion?
Maybe.
The drones, the tugs, all are gone. Half of the cordon's frame has also been shorn away, perhaps through the impact of some failing ship. People push past you in the corridor, both Havenage staff and contractors clearing the cordon.
I can't speak, can push forward.
Yeah. You push through the flow of people, and despite a few suspicious looks, they offer no resistance. The further you pass into the cordon, the less people you see. You can see a few sections have been closed off, their bulkhead doors sealed and red warning lights punctuating the corridors, but otherwise most areas seem functional. Suddenly you feel a hand fall on your shoulder. Havenage security? You should have known better than to wander into this place. You brace yourself as you turn. Sleeper! Peek embraces you as you turn. What are you doing here? Did you see the cordon go down? Did Ash speak with you? Peek glances around and you can see they are panicked.
So where is Ash?
Where's Ash? Yeah, I have no idea. Peek runs a hand through their hair. I was away from the ship, and when I got back, she'd taken it and gone. Then I saw the damage to the cordon. Do you think she went in to try and save people?
Maybe.
Peek looks at you with wild eyes. What if this is some Havenage attempt to clear the flotilla? To scuttle the refugee ships?
Oh, it isn't.
No. We know it's not.
We know it's something else.
We know it's something else.
Some mysterious third thing.
What do you know, Sleeper? Something hit the station.
Yeah.
Peek looks incredulous. Hit? Sleeper, we'd all be dead if that was the case. They pause to think. Maybe not an object, but a shockwave? A signal? An EMP would have taken out most of the station, but Peak runs a hand through their hair. I don't know what you're saying, Sleeper. That doesn't sound... They look away down the corridor for a moment. Look, I have to find Ash. I'm sure you felt something, but we can talk about that later. They set off down the corridor. I can't sit around talking any longer. Find me on the flotilla. I'm going to find a way to Ash no matter what. With that, they rush away into the depths of the cordon, leaving you behind. Seems like you'll need to follow if you want any answers. The cordon. And we have...
Scrap for passage. Good thing we did it, huh?
You find a small scuttle scavenging supplies. A small shuttle...
A small shuttle scavenging supplies.
Thank you. From the cordon to take back to the flotilla. They'll take you too if you bring some scrap along.
Easy.
We're just going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got nothing else to do. I mean, we're starving, but whatever. We're just hungry. Yeah. It's fine.
Fine. Now we have access to the flotilla.
There we go.
Oh,
Refugee fleet.
We can go up there.
Here we go. Flotilla's friend, minus energy, minus condition. Damage control, the wave hit systems more than anything, especially those on the ship, so there's 1,000 tiny repair jobs to be done. Getting the necessary supplies to each ship to meet their needs is a huge task. Joining the hauling teams is the simplest thing you can do to help.
Both get +2, so you might as well use the right one, because we have a better score for it.
Correct. So we got this.
Yep.
And then we got... we might as well just, because it's a 6,
Sure.
we might as well just... We're doing everything, right? We're hauling supplies. We're doing damage control. Oh, we get plus energy for... Oh, that's really nice, actually.
Oh.
Oh, wow. What was... Did we get plus for this at all?
I don't think we got anything for that. I think it's just easier.
All right, might as well do this.
Well, I mean, when we can do that, yeah.
Okay. Let's friend and then energy, and then do we run the risk? I mean, it's risky, but it's only neutral versus positive.
Yeah.
Let's see if this sets the tone.
If we get neutral, it's just gonna be +1.
Yep. All right. We leave. Is there...
There's no cycle clock?
But Peak is here.
Yeah, I guess we're doing like halfway is my guess.
As you walk into the Bay of the Climbing Briar, the familiarity of the space overcomes any trepidation.
This is Esh's show.
Yes.
Okay.
It feels good to be back, and the return feels earned, especially after all the work it took to figure out a route through the flotilla's jumble of ships that might lead you to this blue streak. You see Ash and Peak immediately, sitting at the back of the bay, deep in conversation. Their closeness causes you to stop, suddenly aware that you might be interrupting something private. That's the second time that that is something that has been said. It feels like we are intruding.
Yeah.
Interesting. Peak is gesturing wildly as Ash stares out into the middle distance, hunched over. As Peak tries to get her attention, she spots you.
Sleeper.
Ash nods.
Incredible work back there.
She smiles.
Sorry I couldn't wait for you and Peak, but when I saw the cordon go down, I had to get in.
We were right. You're right. Peak shakes their head. Leaping before looking as usual, Peak smiles. But I'm glad we are all reunited. To be honest, I can't believe it. The Flux event knocked the entire cordon system offline. The flotilla is free and Havenage are backing off. It must be our good luck charm.
Yeah, Flux. That's the DLC name.
Yes, it is. Flux event? That's what the refugees are calling it. Apparently, that's what they called it when it started happening around Ember.
Yeah,
what exactly is happening? Hard to tell. It's some kind of disruptive wave that only affects electrical systems, but it's not an EMP. Otherwise, you'd call it an EMP. Typically, systems are screened against radiation and interference, but this seems to be dulled, but not stopped by those defenses.
Basically, the crisis continues. The cordon may be down, but this brings a whole other set of problems.
So maybe, okay, in terms of...
It's EMP part 2.
I guess. I wonder what the people at Havenage are making of it.
Yeah, because it's not like an electronic signal or whatever.
You should tell them, Ash.
Ooh.
Please.
What do you know about
Ash doesn't respond. Tell you what? You stare at her back, waiting for a response. Please, Ash, haven't they shown you they can be trusted? We kinda...
Yeah, there's some... I mean, the fact that we're pushing, I feel like shows more of our character.
But we also... And then we also helped. We did end... At the end of the day, we did it, and they succeeded.
Yes.
So... Ash turns, her arms folded tightly across her chest. She goes to start and then stops. You can see the anger in her eyes, but you realize it's not directed at you or at anyone else. She's angry with herself.
Did she make the EMP bomb? The Flux? Maybe. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. Oh, yeah! Yeah! This is what I'm talking about! I brought weapons to the flotilla.
Ash!
And now they're gone.
Ash! You suddenly remember the sleek crates that were tucked into the bay, marked with a yellow sigil. The ones Ash told you were just supplies.
Okay. Well, it's too late to say what were you thinking.
What do you mean, gone?
What do you think?
Ash snaps.
Someone lifted them from the ship's bay while I was unloading the supplies. At least they're in the hands of the flotilla now.
Peak looks at you. She knows this was a bad move, Sleeper. I promise you. She's just too proud to admit it.
I don't think it matters where she got them from at this point. What now?
Well, wait.
It's likely...
A supplier,
It's probably from Ember, right? Like, oh, I might have needed them for terrorism.
Sure, so what now? She finds them, and she gets them back. Shouldn't we help?
It's okay, Sleeper.
No!
I don't want anyone getting mixed up in this. This is my responsibility.
Hey, Ash, tell me something. Do you have 5 dice that you can use?
Yeah. Do you have 6 dice even?
Do you have...
We have 5. Yeah, I know.
I
was hoping we get 6.
Do you have 5 dice that you can use every day? Huh? You must be tired. Do you have scrap to fix yourself up?
Yeah. I bet you can't even eat home cooking from his name. I wanted to say Ash, but that's completely wrong. Emphas.
Yeah. Plus, you and I have work to do, but we're almost done with that work. Yep. I want to understand the Flux Sleeper, to study it. Oh, this thing is changing the entire system, causing problems across the inner system, driving refugees off Ember's moons, and now it's here.
Ooh, maybe like a little counter.
If we don't do something about it, it's a problem for all of us.
That is true, something that can shut things down.
Oh, Ash is like...
I can see more immediate problems.
Peak ignores her. I've been looking at the networks. When the Flux event hit, it changed things. It shuffled systems, corrupted nodes, and broke open data stores. Ooh. Are we finally going to be back in the...
hopefully.
In the Dataverse?
I hope so.
They take out a slate and show you a flickering polygon. Some of these Flux nodes have appeared near the epicenter of the event, but I can't get access.
Yeah!
You, however, I saw the way you worked with data when we were preparing for the run. I think you can get into these things. I want you to find a Flux node and bring me anything you can extract. They come and go, but most can be found in the barely functioning networks of the wastes. Start there. Perhaps together, we can find something that might point us to what the Flux is and where it comes from.
We know how that's gonna help.
Yeah, okay. I knew you'd agree. Ash looks indignant.
Don't waste too much time chasing Ghost Sleeper. There are people on this flotilla that need any help they can get.
Hey, we're almost done with doing what we can. I'm sure Sleeper can do both Yeah, we can,
Dude.
Man. Yeah, we can.
Easy.
Peak smiles at you. I'll see you here when you have something. Good hunting. I love it when people say good hunting.
Yeah.
And they wave you out as Ash stomps away to make plans of her own.
I hope Will's there.
Yeah, me too, man. Climbing. So what do we got
the
here?
escape ships. That's where we have to bring our data.
Our Flux data. Okay.
And then this is just finishing off
the flotilla.
Yep, nothing there. So.
Okay, let's have a look then.
Is it in the waste proper? It is.
Fluxed node.
Please be a 2. Dude, because we have +2.
Wow, we didn't even know that.
No.
That's crazy. 6, 4, and 3. Okay, so we've got what? Was it 5?
6, 5, and 4.
Whoa. What the hell?
Did you see 5 as 4 and 4
Yeah,
as 3?
I did.
Okay.
There's just one node though.
Yeah, so I don't know, get energy and then fix ourselves up.
Yeah, I guess. Well, because we could sleep on this, right?
Yeah, there's no things there. And then I think we have another day after the next one for the side reel to leave.
So should we just sunbathe?
Yeah, let's just sunbathe and then fix ourselves up. And also just make sure, look at the side reel so I'm not crazy. And then we do have...
Whoa!
Lucky.
Wow, we were lucky.
Yeah.
Was that a 25% positive?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's take a look at the side reel.
I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, so this is done. Flotilla's friend.
Anybody want to talk? Ooh! Is that a robot arm?
Pragmatic captain.
Robot arm?
Well, we need to see what they look like before we can try to assign a voice. Someone told me I should be thanking you. The voice comes from behind you, cutting through the chaos of the crowded, cavernous bay. You freeze. Don't be afraid now. I've been hunting you, sure, but for all the best reasons. You turn to see bright eyes set and a rough face framed in rusted metal.
Sick.
Whoa!
This guy's sick.
This is you. This is you.
Soul.
He holds out his hand, the other clamped firmly around a knotted wooden cane. Oh, I thought he said crate. Dude, my man is like, oh wow.
Maybe if he had less
shake his hand.
Shake his hand, for sure.
He grips you firmly with a heavy and calloused hand.
Forgive me. As soon as I saw you, I know who you were.
Soul puts a hand on your shoulder.
I've been told a sleeper was part of that supply run that came in several cycles ago.
He nods.
A very welcome act, and we all thank you for it. Walk with me, Sleeper.
Soul sets off through the bay, his partial suit hissing and creaking as it helps
sick.
carry him through the busy crowds.
Oh, dude, I love, like, cybernetically altered people, but it's like a scrap job.
Yeah.
you know?
It's still like that mix of organic and, but it's not like sleek and chrome.
No, it's like
slapdash.
Yeah, it's slapdash
and
put together, which is so sick to me. I love that aesthetic.
You notice people making way for you and Soul, standing back and letting you pass. You pass a makeshift kitchen, steaming pots on heating elements, a restless queue collecting meals.
Just because of how much we got, I assume this probably changes the dialogue,
yes,
right?
Yes.
That algae that came through isn't exactly a full meal, but with what we have here, we've been able to make it work.
You see a ladle of a greenish stew dished out.
The color is something, isn't it?
I mean, like, we tried to get you what we could. So it leads you out of the larger bay into a corridor lined with storage rooms that are now serving as dorms. You see someone filling a metal container from standpipe, the water gushing out readily.
Yeah, because we got all the water.
Soul nods to the person as he passes. Oh, instead of gushing out readily, instead of it
like dripping.
Yeah. This could be desperate.
Yeah. Just a little further now.
Soul leads you into a freight elevator and whistles to some unseen operator to start it up. It jerks into life, and as you pass through the... Sorry, you want to go again? It jerks into life, and as you pass through the layers of the ship, you see people on every level, supplies crammed into every available space, and sparks leaping in bursts as the ship is reshaped and modified to sustain its population.
Dude, his eyes are bright blue. I just
Very
noticed.
blue.
I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
If Havenage were expecting an exodus from the flotilla, the flux event has put a stop to that.
He stretches.
Some have crossed the eye, but many just to gather salvage or score a hot meal. So, the pressure on our supplies is shrinking, but not like I'd hoped. With the flux reaching all the way out here, people are starting to understand that our journey might not be over.
Soul stares grimly ahead. Suddenly, the freight elevator screeches to a halt, and Soul leads you slowly out into a wide room of chairs and terminals ringed by a mezzanine, and with a glass roof above showing the distant hub and the far curve of the eye beyond. The people at the terminals nod to him as he enters. This is your ship? So, go ahead.
That's right. The Pilgrim's Seed
Great
is mine
name.
to care for. Great name, especially with
Considering
what it
that,
considers,
yeah. He leads you up to a railed platform at the center of the room and stops.
She chose me, so to speak. Well, at least her crew did, and I'd do my best to serve them.
Soul looks around the bridge of the ship, a pained expression on his face.
I'll admit that the responsibility isn't one that suits me, though we rarely get to choose such things.
Damn straight. He glances back at you.
But you, Sleeper, from what I understand, you chose to try to help us here. Is that right? Do my best, or something like that. What you feeling?
Our sleeper was hesitant.
Yeah, say something like that.
Something
right?
like that.
Don't be ashamed of it. I don't mean to shame you.
Oh.
But I have to ask you, Sleeper, why are you here now?
Soul leans back and you feel his eyes on you, assessing you.
Why are we here now? Besides the
very
fact
good
that it's a
question.
DLC and we want to complete
That's
it.
a very, very good question. So at the core of our sleeper's character, they definitely want to help.
Yes.
But there's a lot of conflict there because I feel like
they want to help, but like in like the grand scheme of things,
we ran both ends of the gauntlet on the eye.
Yeah.
We really did.
Also, I'd like to say that if choosing Ashton Peak over them means we got this character instead, I kind of support that already.
Sure.
I'm be honest. I kind of like this guy. I like the vibe.
Sure.
I feel like
here
the
for
flux
vibe.
event is kind of a big deal because that's like a huge problem that can be addressed, right?
Yes.
I appreciate the honesty. I had figured as much.
Soul flexes the shoulder that is free of the suit.
The
classic.
the cane
Yeah.
Looking at you now, I can see that an event like that, well, it would have had a big impact.
He smiles a half smile.
I have thousands of people here on the Pilgrim Seed, Sleeper, and there's thousands more on the flotilla.
He leans against the railing.
A lot of them are looking to me to provide some future for them, some path out of this dead end we've got into. And this cycle, this very cycle, the thing we've been running away from, it just caught up with us. So these people are scared, Sleeper, and they are looking to me for reassurance. And then, on the same cycle, someone tells me they see you on board. Sleeper, the same Sleeper, they reckon, that wanted so strongly to send a ship past the cordon to see us.
Soul scratches at his beard.
So, the first thing I wanted to do was thank you for that, for your interest. But the second thing I wanted to do was find out what you want from us. I think that's fair, don't you? So, what is it?
I think the flux would have scared us.
Yeah,
enough.
but what about happening around Ember? The fact that people are leaving, and these people have a good degree of what's going on, and I'm gonna say Ashton Peak didn't really talk to us about it.
They didn't. You want to do what's happening?
I'm a little bit, because it's good to know where they came from, and therefore we get a better idea of like their motivations, you know?
Sure. Someone at a terminal calls out to Soul and he shouts some orders back.
No!
He turns to you.
Apologies. I tell you what, Sleeper, let's you and me make a deal. You want information? I understand that. But I have a list of needs longer than the rim of the eye itself.
Sheesh.
So, you do some things for me, and then we can talk about what's been happening in this system, and I will answer all your questions and then some. I may be the captain of the Pilgrim Seed, and she is certainly the biggest ship in this flotilla.
Yeah.
But I'm not the only captain here. We have ships here from each of the moons. We're from Ember's Hearth, but there's others from Ember's Song and even Ember's Step. The moons have been at each other's throats, Sleeper, with the pressure of the flux, the bad blood from the old days. We aren't exactly all in alignment. What I need is a way to stop things escalating.
We're playing Peacemaker?
For the crews on these ships and their captains to feel happy and comfortable enough to forget old rivalries and past crimes.
He flinches at something.
Those from Ember's Step, well, they've always been proud, but that pride seems to be a barrier to compromise right now. The last set of supplies I sent their way.
Oh,
they
dude, no
refused.
one's in a position to refuse supplies right now.
Meanwhile, I have a supply shuttle at the docking access the Ember's Song ships gather at. They've taken far too many cycles to unload. Maybe if you're heading that way, you can look in on them. I'm no politician, Sleeper, but if I don't...
Soul stops. He leans back and flexes, his suit screeching. He groans a little. and you see the weight of the flotilla sitting on his shoulders. The suit, the only thing keeping him vertical beneath all that pressure.
Sick. Look, you'll see for yourself if you go. Meet the other sleeper. See what they need. Keep them aligned.
He speaks through the pain, his voice clipped. Should we ask if he is okay?
He's not. I mean, it's good to ask, right? Show some concern.
You okay, man?
Not really, but as long as this thing holds, I hope...
Soul grits his teeth.
You are what you appear to be, sleeper.
He smiles his half-smile despite the pain.
Because I'm not sure I can take any more bad news. Plus, there's plenty to be done here on the Pilgrim Seat, too. If you have a moment to pitch in, there's never enough around here. That's something I've learned the hard way.
Soul settles onto his cane and the pain visibly receding.
All right. I have 1,000 things to attend to now, sleeper. So you'll have to find your own way out.
And with that, Soul sits at his terminal with slow and careful movements. You head back down in the freight elevator, and as you do, you see again the layers and layers of chaotic life this vessel and all the vessels of the flotilla hold.
I was thinking about it. He's very like Saw Gerrera kind of vibe.
A little bit. Saying? Yeah, I got the same deal. Okay, a refugee here, Aki. So what do we got on the Pilgrim scene? So we need to...
Her survive?
Oh, dang it. We have the wrong kind of mushrooms. We need 3 of these. Wait, why do we already have this?
Because whether Ash got her supplies through or not.
Oh, okay.
So we can help with that.
So we need Intuit. What does it say? Even Soul's own ship requires help, but figuring out what jobs need doing first and who to help is a challenge.
Okay.
Okay. Did we look at Climbing Briar? Was there something here? Yeah, it was the flux data.
Yep.
Okay, and then docking access. Unload supplies. Soul's shipment of supplies sits partially unloaded, the crew absent. If you want to help, the best way would be to finish the job. What? The more you offload supplies into the docking bay, the more attention your efforts seem to be gaining.
Why is that a negative clock?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Well, the crew is missing, and that's suspicious.
Okay.
All right.
And then... Aki. Dude, hi, Kala?
It's a strange sight, given your time spent in the Greenway, to see a greenhouse choked in red dust. It piles up along edges, gathers in curving waves, and is carried by some unseen wind to whirl in front of the glass ceiling. It is a desert in miniature, a captured landscape of iron-rich sediment and unseen life. Beautiful, isn't it? The remark comes from another figure standing at the viewing window, so quietly that you hadn't noticed them. Did they just arrive, or were they here before you were? Their cloth-swaddled form reveals little. Is it beautiful? I guess, if it's a desert in miniature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
It is. They say nothing. You catch a glimpse of a pale face among the thick material, dark eyes glittering in the red reflected light. Oh, hello! Guarded Ember Step Refugee. They turn to you as the dust swirls. I got it. Aki, they smile a tight smile. You are not from the flotilla, am I right?
I'm not from... What a hard line.
Nah, I live on the island.
Yeah, I do.
That's where we're from. But that is not where you are from. She stares into the greenhouse. Huh? What? Yeah. Everyone is from somewhere, whether they wish to be or not. The red dust glitters in her eyes, whether it is a good place to be from or not. Aki gathers her cloak around her shoulders against the cold. What brings you to the wind's long shadow? The wind's long shadow?
Metal Gear.
This ship. Aki looks at you curiously. Do you often wander around ships you don't know the name of?
Yes.
You are a strange one. Aki raises an eyebrow. I don't know whether to report you or send you back to where you came from, which is nowhere at all. You glance around the empty corridor, suddenly aware of how quiet it is on the ship. Unlike the other ships you have been on, the flotilla there is a silent order to the wind's long shadow. And in this moment, it feels unsettling.
Yeah, what happened?
What happened here? That is a broad question, and I'm not in the mood to recount the history of this ship or step. Okay, well, if she's not in the mood, we keep asking questions, and she is continuously not giving us answers.
Because Step we know is one of the moons.
Yeah, so should we just let her rip? Yeah. Aki lets the silence sit, and you hear the wind and dust scratching at the viewing window. You hear a creak as a set of shutters slowly begin to close across the glass ceiling of the greenhouse. As you watch, you feel the dissonance this place has with that word. There's nothing green here. A dust house, perhaps. It takes many systems to preserve this landscape, Aki begins, to simulate the wind, cycle the dust, layer the sand and dirt beneath. Systems that are failing. The flux event is eroding our ability to keep this place alive, to keep these traces of step alive. I see. I think I understand a little, which is ironic because when we left Step, the flux had eroded our ability to survive on the moon. Now the situation is reversed. Away from the moon, its ecosystems are as fragile as we were living upon it. Something catches your eye as the shutters darken the dust house. The winds picking away at the dunes begin to reveal something. A web, a network of thick branching forms, and then they close completely and you see nothing in the dark. Soft blue lights flicker on in the corridor, uplighting Aki in cold cyan. You have piqued my curiosity, but I'm so tired. If you do not have a purpose here on the ship, I recommend finding one. Otherwise, I'm afraid you'll need to leave. Make yourself useful and perhaps we will get another chance to talk. I would like that. With that, Aki pads away along the corridor. You stand for a moment in front of the dark dust house, trying to imagine the network of roots under the sand and dust, and then trying to imagine the moon that once housed them. What have we got here as well? Systems repair. The crew won't let you into the dust houses, but there are plenty of supporting systems that could do with some love and care.
Okay.
Make yourself useful. Aki warned you that if you wanted to learn more about the wind's long shadow, you'll need to prove your usefulness. So the question is, what do you want to start with?
Well, we got a 4. Do you want to just get the flux data?
Yep, let's do it. It's all the way back.
Oh, it's up there.
Is it up here?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's in the wastes, right? There we go. So we give this bypass. Thank you for the cryo. And done. There's our flux data. We can give that. Nice. We'll do this first. Flux time. Long time since we've had to do any data. Alrighty. Peak receives the data on their slate and begins work decoding it immediately. Sleeper, come look at this. Peak is poring over one of the displays of the makeshift decoding suite they have set up in the Climbing Briar's cargo bay. On the screen, a clump of data pathways like an ingrown root ball has started to untangle. This is an existing node corrupted by the flux event. It's totally twisted up. They glance at you to check you are listening, but inside, you watch as the unwinding pathways leave behind patterns of negative spaces like shadows staying behind despite their caster leaving. Is a whole other dataset. Peak's eyes shine bright in the pale screen light. The flux event somehow seeds this data deep into the gaps in the node, wrapping them around it. What's in there?
Yeah.
Not sure. It isn't being very cooperative. You watch the screen, the pattern of shadows becoming obvious now as each layer of pathways is pulled away. The flux event itself really did a number on unprotected nodes like this one. Most of the eye's systems are screened against radiation and interference, but these exposed nodes? Torn apart. Peak points to a thick tangle of threads on the screen. Look here, it looks like it's been tangled purposefully, but it's actually that all the points within the node have been randomly rearranged. It's as if the node was a bag of ball bearings and the flux shook them. The pathways tried to account for the rearrangement once the system came back on, hence the tangle. Peak pauses as the nodes continue to unwind, although it was less like shaking a bag of ball bearings and more like making them all simultaneously occupy a superposition of every possible position in the bag before locking them back into a new configuration. But that's a technicality. Hold on, what does that mean?
Okay, so the analogy that they gave us is like, here's all the nodes are in here in a bag.
Yes.
Struck them up a bunch, and therefore they've all kind of taken new positions, right? But that is not what it did. Instead, it took every single node and had a position that it assigned to it.
Yeah.
Seemingly at random, but apparently not.
Yes.
Put them in that place and then locked them there.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So it was more intentional than it looks like.
Yes. So what is the flux? We know it is a wave, one with exotic effects. That's all. Peak runs a hand through their hair. The question is not so much what flux is, but what is causing it? Where is it coming from? Peak turns away from the screen, meeting your eye, and there's something else. Have you spoken with the refugees?
A little.
A little. Peak lowers their voice instinctively. What they are reporting, massive system failures, cascading collapses of life support, of terraforming systems, total data corruption. The flux shouldn't do that. It can fundamentally rearrange the structure of systems, especially those poorly shielded, but totally collapsing heavy-duty industrial systems, fail-safes and all, that doesn't make sense. Those kinds of systems are built for deep space, for solar flares and radiation. The flux might penetrate them, but any reconfiguration should have been repairable. Peak looks back at the screen where the decoding node lies almost fully open. The shadow pattern of the negative spaces that existed within its scrambled interior darkens the screen, like a set of bruises showing the pattern of the object that made them. I need to look into something. I have an idea what might be causing this wave triggering the flux, but I need time to research it. Can we help?
Yeah.
Peak shakes their head. I'm sorry, Sleeper, but I want to keep this to myself for now. If you need something to do, the flotilla could surely do with the help, from what I heard from Esh. Things are tense here.
Yeah.
Where is she? Must be out. I've been focusing on this, so I can't say I've noticed, although the quiet is nice. They smile. Give me some time, Sleeper. I'll have some answers soon enough, I hope. You take one last glance at the uncoiling note as you leave, the dark shapes it leaves behind somehow troubling. You try to shake them from your mind. There are things to be done elsewhere. I'm glad, it's not negative, I'm glad that we don't have to devote more dice, but this is still unnerving.
Yeah.
It's actually, to me, somehow worse that we can't do anything about it. And it seems totally absorbed. They'll let you know when they are ready. Okay.
Out of curiosity.
Yes.
The lottery thing isn't done. That's tomorrow, right? Next cycle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So who do you want to help first? Do we want to talk to Aki? Do we want to go with Soul? Or do we want to see what mystery?
The ghost ship. I want to see the ghost ship.
This one?
Yeah.
Because also there's nobody here, right? There must be a third character.
Yeah.
Well, not must be.
Well, there's probably.
This is negative. Right? Yes.
Yeah. That scares me that it's red.
Someone comes to help you unload for a while, making the work go quicker. When you ask their name, they ignore you. What is going on?
But they do help. Oh, so weird, man.
Okay. We'll do this first then. Is there anything safe here? No.
No, it's all risky.
All right.
That might. Oh, maybe over here.
Where? Here?
Is there safe? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Can.
It's. You want to just do it?
Yeah. What else are we gonna use a 1 for?
Besides getting scrap, or rather, not getting scrap, but
Yeah.
Oh, hi Mina. There's no answer when you buzz Lem's unit, but the door is open. You push the door and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor, playing with Bun Bun.
Yep.
Hi, Mina. Hi, Robot. Oh, no. Hi, Robot, says Mina sullenly, waving Bun Bun's paw with a... Oh, no!
Damn.
How are you? Bun... Oh!
Oh, no.
Bun Bun is sad. Like Daddy. You look around the unit. It is a mess. Dishes and glasses on the side, some of Mina's clothes piled up in a corner. Mina is sitting by her bag, which is spilled out across the floor, her drawing slate cracked and dark. Tidy up.
Yeah,
right?
we should probably tidy up.
You start with the kitchen units, piling up the dishes in the auto wash and wiping them down. You pile the clothes up next, folding them neatly. Mina watches you quietly as she plays, curious but silent. You've just started to look at fixing her cracked slate when Lem enters.
Sleeper, what are you?
He pauses and looks from you to Mina and back again.
Never mind.
He drops a bag by the door and slumps under the couch.
Everything good?
Everything okay? Lem lets out a weak laugh.
Forgot the past few cycles now too? Wish I was so lucky.
He looks away at the open door.
Look, now's not a good time.
What happened, or I want to help?
I think I want to help, right, homie? Help? Unless you have a side reel ticket or 2 on you, I don't think there's much you can do here.
He pinches the bridge of his nose.
You understand that they never even put us on the list, right? I've been all around the rim looking for work, and I've run into more than a few from the cruise. Turns out only long-time Havenage members were issued those cell ID numbers, cellless ID numbers. They never planned to consider us. Havenage say they don't know what. Don't know
they
that.
Didn't know.
No, that was what they were doing to you. Going to use to make the draw.
One more time.
Yeah.
Havenage say they didn't know that was what they were going to use to make the draw. And who knows, maybe Celis pulled the wool over their eyes, but doesn't... All right, no, it's yours now. Go ahead.
But what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage and nothing else.
Man, that was a tough little passage.
That was a weird little, yeah.
God, he slams his hand down on the sofa.
You're giving up?
Do we have the right to say that to him? I guess. We worked as hard as he did.
Yeah.
Lem opens his mouth to respond, but stops himself. He looks at the open door again.
Moving the side reel up to the hub now, you know.
He says without meeting your eye.
That's where it'll depart from. They're bringing in a ship with all their cryosleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading the crew. Steal a ticket?
We could steal a ticket.
There's no tickets. I was joking before. Just those ID numbers, coded to someone's identity. No one's stealing that.
He looks over at Mina.
Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time. Get our hearts set on that trip is all.
Mina comes over and climbs onto his lap. He smiles.
Dude.
What if I got you one?
Yeah, what if, huh?
What if, huh?
I miss you these past few cycles. I miss that optimism.
Lem strokes Mina's hair.
Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around? Be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here, and I'm sure the side reel will bring in a crowd. But be careful. This kind of thing always attracts scammers.
Hey,
and
we've
thieves.
done more than our fair share.
Yeah, of scamming and thieving.
Not only do we have homies, we know how this works.
That's true.
We can do it. We can do it.
You find any way on board, you take it. You need help to get it there? Ask me. But for now, me and Mimi here sticking to the eye.
Thanks, Lem.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lem.
No, thank you, Sleeper, for coming by.
You stand to leave, and Mina grabs your hand, eager to give you one more smile. Then you are out back in the walkways of the low end, already thinking of plans to make this right.
Hey, so let's go up.
What's the hub is up here, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we have what have we got up here? There it is.
Yep. there it is.
Sidereal dock. Departure terminal. Away on board. Is there a cycle clock for this? The sidereal is being loaded and prepped. Among all the commotion, is it possible to find a way on board?
No, but there's no cycle clock for the other one. Except for the main one to progress the flux. I'm concerned that maybe that might cause
I'm just worried that, you know, because the sidereal's getting ready to leave, I don't want
to miss out on it.
I don't want Lemon Mina to miss out on it.
You want to? We can put stuff in here. I'm down.
It's just 3.
Yeah.
I think we could do it and just get them on board. There's a lot going on with the DLC, but I think we've been given a bit of a breather.
Yeah.
I think. Sure. Let's do this. So we've got this. Do we want to risk making this less efficient?
Yeah, I think so. 50-50. I mean, we can use the 4 on something else and then reroll.
Let's
do 4 somewhere.
Let's use the 4 on someplace else and then reroll, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Same day. Hey, don't worry. I'll make this right.
Here are your tickets.
Yeah. Okay, man. Like, I can't leave without. Okay. Yeah. You walk out 5 hours later.
Yeah, I got you.
Here are your tickets.
Huh? Covered in blood. Here are your tickets.
Yeah. Right. All right. Cool.
And here are the ID chips, covered in blood as well.
You're gonna need to slot these.
Yeah. Huh?
You hope against hope that there's a chink in the sidereal horizon's vast armor. Well.
Hey, out and about, not playing chess.
It's been a while.
Whatever it was.
Was this you or me?
I think it was you. It was you.
Quite the achievement, isn't she? Tundra Celis must be proud. You recognize the resonating voice of Castor immediately and turn to see him, hooded and tucked into the shadows near the viewing platform. I picked a voice, can't remember.
I know for sure that it was not the right voice.
You think so?
No, it was a bit more, more monotone. It wasn't as, noble.
Okay, sure.
As you were going for
Sure. Castor, I see you remember our game. Good. He looks around, but the platform is clear. I'm afraid you'll have to wait for a rematch. Microgravity makes Tavla a little difficult. That feels better.
Yeah.
Castor walks out to stand beside you on the platform. The telltale clunk of magnetic boots accompanies his slow crossing. He notices you looking at them. I don't much like it up here, he explains. I hear there was some trouble at the Havenhead shipyard when they announced the results of the crew lottery.
I was there.
I was there. I know. An ugly business. Celis are too used to the way things work in the core. Exploitation is the only logic they know. You know why they built this monstrosity on the Eye?
Control. It is the...
Certainly, there is no corporate oversight out here. But that's not all. He stares at the pristine yellow hull. Celis built it here because they don't want anyone to know it exists. And secrecy is something I cannot abide. There are people being loaded onto that ship as we speak. Sleeping people locked in cryosleep like the person that you were emulated from. There are hundreds of them, and Celis wants to send them out to a planet at the edge of the settled systems without anyone knowing where it is. But you, Sleeper, can do something about that. You are like me. You deal with data. You can read it right out of the air. With someone like you on that ship, secrecy isn't a problem. You can ping back whatever I need whenever I need it. As long as you are on board. With you on the sidereal and with some minor modifications, you can be my eyes and ears. I will keep track of Celis's grand project through you. In short, I can get you aboard, Sleeper, but I'm going to need you to help me.
Who are you? Actually, though, all we know is that he's a information.
I am a concerned party. Someone who likes to know what is happening when it is happening, not afterwards.
Not just me, though.
Yeah. Yes, your friend Lem. That can be arranged. It is difficult, but not impossible. The condition is, of course, that you go too. Does that mean we have to screw Castor on this?
A little bit.
Castor clunks closer to the window, watching the tugs wheeling around the side reel. It's a simple offer, and the only one that will get you on that ship. Please consider it. He turns back, silhouetted against the ship. But to make it happen, I need your assistance, as I said. There's a Celis Foundation ship docked in the now empty shipyard. I need the data from its servers. This will allow me to produce the IDs necessary for your transit. Celis aren't stupid, though. Their ship is totally isolated from the station. You'll need to get on board if you want access to their air-walled servers. Once you have the data, meet me at your friend's unit so we can give him the good news. I notice his importance to you. And the little one. So cute. That feels a bit
threatening, yeah.
You don't extract the data before the sidereal horizon leaves the hub, then I will get the message. We have other options, but you are certainly my preferred one. But be sure when you act, Sleeper. Once you take the data from Celis, you'll set off a series of events that will likely be hard for you to untangle yourself from. Either way, I recommend you stop asking around up here. You're bringing a lot of attention to yourself. Castor looks around as if to emphasize his point. There are only a handful of cycles into departure, Sleeper. Make your decision. With that, Castor marches back off the platform, the sound of his mag boots fading away, leaving you to contemplate the sidereal horizon and the part it may play in your future. So, there's our cycle clock.
Yeah.
We'll set out, you will either be on board...
So I'm guessing, let's look in the dataverse.
Or not.
Ooh!
I didn't know there was going to be one up here.
Me neither. I don't think this is what we gotta do either.
No. Let's go down and keep looking at things.
Interesting, huh?
Let's see what we got. There we go, a Celis administration ship. Celis lockdown, Celis infiltration. Okay.
Critical action to get 3 onto Celis infiltration. A plan so bold in my work. I mean, we have a 6.
I'm sure we don't want to just do this tomorrow.
Well, do you want to use +6 here?
Because 4s are like, get us this too.
True. Okay, we can do that.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. There is a loose crowd around the supplies you have unloaded and a tense mood brewing among them. You sit nearby on the edge of the shuttle's docking tunnel, resting. Further away, crews from Ember's Song continue their lives as usual, coming and going, trading, discussing. There's a quiet efficiency to the hub, set up as a common space for the swarm of small ships from Ember's Song that are part of Flotilla. Unlike Hearth or Steppe, there is no one capital ship for this moon's refugees, just a mass of individuals traveling in concert. Whoa.
Told Hearth we don't want their scrap.
The jeering voice comes out from a small crowd nearby.
Oh!
Peter!
Why is your name spelled like that?
You turn to see a gaunt, pale man. Oh, yeah. Wearing the industrial work gear you have seen many of the Song refugees wearing.
You hear me?
These supplies are to help, man.
Oh, how noble of you. Coming out here to help us singers.
There's a rumble of anger around the crowd.
We agreed to join the flotilla for joint protection. We did not agree to Ember's Hearth using the flotilla to secure their control of the moons.
You realize Peter's addressing the crowd as much as he is addressing you.
Mm-hmm. With the cordon down, our crews are more than able to acquire what is needed from the Eye. What is owed as restitution for keeping us restrained. What we need, we will take.
Amen. Sol wants to cooperate.
Sol is a farmer. Even the people of Song know that he was simply the sole survivor of Hearth's leadership. His authority means nothing.
Peter looks around at the crowd.
Hearth think that they can buy us, but we remember the past.
A rumble of agreement runs through the crowd. He smiles at them.
Take the supplies if you wish, of course. We are not wasteful.
Peter approaches you directly. The crowd tentatively moves forward, and by the time he reaches you, they are already dragging away crates and distributing the contents.
Not one for shooting the messenger, Sleeper. But we cannot concede to Hearth here. Not for a moment. I don't understand.
I don't get it, man.
I can see that.
Peter sits beside you on the docking tunnel's lip.
What was your plan, Sleeper? Unload the supplies and wait for someone to start throwing them back at you?
He nods at the crowd rifling through the crates.
That's what was about to happen.
So,
yeah,
I should thank you?
My pleasure.
Wow, okay.
What do you think happened to the crew of the shuttle? They were chased out of this place.
What is happening here?
Yeah. We are maintaining our independence. Do you know anything about Ember's moon, Sleeper? Were you planning to wander into this flotilla totally blind? An objective outsider offering help.
Educate me then.
Yeah. It would be my pleasure. I'm going to assume you know the basics. The gas giant Ember has 7 moons.
We did not know the basics.
Nope. The 3 biggest are Ember's Steppe, Ember's Song, and Ember's Heart. We didn't know that. We can cover the 4 sisters next session. Steppe was the first to be settled. A contract Old Solheim gave to the terraformers
System
when they first claimed the Hellion system. That's way back when. Steppe was a testing ground, and like most testing grounds, it didn't turn out too well. A partial atmosphere slowly sloughing off each orbit, a dysfunctional ecosystem, and a whole load of dust-clogged settlers. The place is a miserable desert long past its best before date. So Sibel moved to Hearth, where they redoubled their efforts. The subsurface ocean and some balmy tidal heating helped, allowing them to build a real atmosphere, a real habitable world, a fact that the typical Hearth colonist won't ever let you forget. How did Sibel achieve such a thing, you might wonder? Well, that's where we come in. It's that same old rule of surrogacy, the one humanity built our universe around.
Peter claps a hand to his chest in mock pride.
My moon, Ember's Song, is a sulfur-soaked rock covered in volcanoes, tidally heated by its inner orbit to sweltering temperatures. Exactly the kind of crucible you need to fuel a terraforming project. Energy, industry, fuel, Song provided the raw materials for Hearth, willingly or not. And a crucible requires people to run it. Us singers...
What a cool name, by the way.
Yeah, right? Born into a flaming pit and asked to stoke it so others might live in a paradise in the making. That's what we had to endure, until Solheim brought everything down.
Peter rattles off this speech from memory, and you wonder how many times he has delivered it.
No Solheim, no contract. No contract, no Cybele. And no Cybele meant 3 moons suddenly independent. It was a war, Sleeper. Sometimes hot, Sometimes cold, and unsurprisingly, Hearth and Step came out of it better than us. Yet, they need us, Sleeper. Always have, and so we are the linchpin. We are the center around which the moons orbit, not swirling ember. We've resisted takeovers, sieges, and expansions, and now we'll resist this. Half the people on these ships think the flux was caused by Hearth, intentionally or otherwise, and I have to say, some cycles I agree. So before you come here to hand out supplies like a good soldier, maybe educate yourself. What does that matter now?
Yeah, what does that matter now, exactly?
Do you forgive crimes against yourself so easily, Sleeper? Would you return to the bosom of S&ARP if they sent someone to collect? Don't presume to judge us.
This guy's very high and mighty, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit.
Very holier than thou.
Very much like a man of the people, like a mouthpiece of the people.
A soapbox speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want you to imagine what it's like to try to live in an airless volcanic rock with every system that sustains you starts shutting down.
Oh, dear God. He spits and wipes his sleeve across his mouth.
We abandoned nothing. Some stayed, others left, but we will reclaim Ember as soon as the flux fades or ends. We've weathered worse.
It's easy to say that it should be united.
Yeah.
We don't understand.
No.
Don't you need the supplies?
Still need the supplies. As I said, we will take what we need when we need it. There is no authority that we recognize here. I won't keep you from the docking access, Sleeper. No one here has the authority for that, but watch yourself here. Try to remember that the Eye is just another in the long list of people who've tried to control us. I mean, you are too stubborn.
Stay silent.
Yeah, stay silent. Look, we are many, and we have many needs. Ships come to this docking access for repairs, requisitions for friendship. You can provide these as well as any singer. If you want to help, help in your own name, Sleeper, not in that of Hearth. Carry that name here and you will lose all trust. Be as we are. Act in your own name alone.
Peter puts a hand on your shoulder and stands.
I hope I didn't just waste my time here, Sleeper.
With that, he walks away, back to the shrinking crowd that is distributing the last of the supplies amongst the crews present. You watch them pass the food and water between them, no signs of conflict between the crews, just a careful distribution of resources. Peter chats with a few crews, each of them casting looks in your direction, ones that reveal little about the singer's intentions. You stand. It seems the tensions in the flotilla run much deeper than you expected. This won't be easy.
Interesting.
What's our thing
There's
now?
a very independent, but not shipmind replacement, baby. And look at
We
that.
were so right. We were so right.
Let's go.
Hell yes. Okay, so, but in a way it seemed to only make the crew more suspicious of you.
All right. Okay, well, we also need those.
We need spores. Okay,
I like how instead of
grow
giving them
spores.
food, they won't give us the means to make our food.
Yeah, I know. They're
very-
trying to be independent,
Yeah.
self-sufficient, as it were. Fine.
Oh no, it's odd that they're like, oh yes, we care much about independence, but also we care about our people. Like, we are many, kind of thing. You know?
Yeah. We are Legion.
Yeah. It's a weird like dichotomy.
A little bit. We have so many things to spend our dice on. We were just complaining at the beginning of this episode. Let's. Oh wow, how average. Okay. Well, what do we do now?
We got Lemon Mina to take care of.
Oh, we do. You're right. Let's. Should we not do mushroom stuff first, though?
Well, we want high rolls for it.
That's right. Okay, you're right. So, what were we doing here? This, right?
It's Celis Foundation shit, or yeah, and then we need to. This is a critical action that we want a high thing for. Because. Sure. All right, put the 4 in, I guess.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect. Nice.
Cool.
So now we do what? 5 and 5?
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
5. And we can use these. Hold on. We have more time.
We do.
We have more time.
Wanna
Let's
use
use
them
this
elsewhere?
5 and
Let's get
6
our-
elsewhere.
Let's get our mushrooms.
Yeah. Let's get our mushrooms.
Because we need some matsutake caps.
This is the singers, right?
Yeah.
A really dope name. I can't believe we had to give them a ship mind.
Yeah, right?
That's so cool. Lucky us. As you cross the access looking for a shuttle to take you back to the ruined cordon, you spot Peter standing at the edge of the central hub. Something about the way he is leaning against the rail, looking down across the axis and towards the blinking lights of the flotilla beyond, makes you pause. He is completely still, his head drooping low and his shoulders hunched high.
Let's approach him.
You lean on the railing a little away from Peter, leaving a gap between you. This close, you can see the blank stare in his eyes, the way his hands hang limply in front of him. He takes a minute to notice you.
Sleeper.
He inhales sharply,
Still hanging around?
trying to be useful. Peter smiles a tight smile but doesn't turn to face you.
That a sleeper thing? Needing to be useful?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Would make sense. Tools need to be used.
What's with you, man?
Dog, what's with you, man?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, maybe he thinks he is himself his tool.
Yeah, right? Peter stands back from the railing.
Who invited you, Sleeper? Who said you could come here? You think because the Hurthers decided to name you their airborne board, we have to put up with you? We don't want you here. We don't need you.
His eyes burn with rage.
Go home, you stupid machine.
What? Who hurt him?
A stupid machine.
A second after he shouts that final line, he collapses in on himself, staying upright, but all the energy going out of his body. He slumps back against the railing, his eyes closed once more. You wait. After a while, he speaks.
I'm tired, Sleeper. Tired of everything. I'm tired of the empty paternalism of Earth. I'm tired of the paranoid whining of the crews. I'm tired of endless cycles that look the same, smell the same, feel the same. I'm tired of running, of hiding, of fixing every shitty thing that breaks out here.
His shout echoes a little in the hub, but few stop to look. He looks down at his feet.
Yeah, man, everyone's tired.
Peter doesn't react. He stands.
I'm gonna go. Get some sleep. Yeah,
Sleep well,
man.
Peter nods slowly, turning away. He raises a hand and drifts away towards the center of the hub. You turn back to the railing, not wanting to watch him go. Seeing him like this, you prefer not to stare. The traffic of the Axis rumbles on as you watch, under an endlessly shining sun. The same air recycled through all of these lungs, the same dust gathering speck by speck on these windows. You take a sharp breath, stand straight, and get moving. Before the inertia of it all gets to you, too. What have we got now? There we go. Axis assistance. The more you do for the singers, the more you get to know the crews, the more they will trust you.
No one's better than the socializing to help them out. Makes sense.
Yep. We have a +2 to everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
You want to finish up?
You know, it's interesting because it feels like these guys are the hardest to wrangle.
Yeah.
Though we don't actually know anything about the step.
The greenhouse.
Yeah.
The
dust house. But in my mind, we could just run this.
Yeah.
How many is this? 8? 5? Is this 10?
That is
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 6.
Get a good work on it.
We could get half of it done, right?
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, cool. It's nice. Nice to have both options be +2 for once. There we go. There we go. And there we go. What do we use our 3 on? Oh no, we reroll it.
Probably for
a 4.
Do you want to use it here, or do you want to use it back with Lemon Mina?
Let's use it back with Lemon Mina. It was a +2, right?
I think so. I think it was +1 actually, but there's the other thing. That's a critical action. We can use the other one, I think.
Okay.
Oh, we already did the critical action. I'm a fool.
Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah, because
probably get it's suboptimal.
Yeah, we'll get a neutral. If we get neutral, I'm pretty sure we get 1 to Cellus Infiltration.
There we go.
Doesn't matter, got positive.
Perfect. All right. So now. What?
Oh, no, click on it again.
Cellus servers. Got it. Critical action. 53 cryo.
Sure.
Wow. You are in. Maybe if you do this right, you might be able to pull something more than just IDs.
So get some cash with it as well.
Okay, cool. So, wow.
Yeah. So let's eat some Emphas food, I guess.
Oh yeah, because we can't sunbathe.
Nah.
Hey Emphas, it's been a while.
There's 12 Dosh, dog.
Yeah, our homie amongst homies.
Yeah.
And then it's time to rest, and I think not the empty container. Oh my god. I think that is where we're going to leave today's episode. That's all the time that we have for today. That was incredibly eventful.
A lot offered from the DLC. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It's almost like it's a full expansion to the game.
Crazy.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. I'm actually surprised at the amount of stuff that is there is to do. Like the actual clocks that have to be filled
It's
up.
cool, right? There's so many things and there's so many choices and so many different ways that we can perceive people, right?
I do feel a little bad because we're probably gonna leave our boy Castor out to dry, but he does have said he did say he has other methods to get what he needs there.
Yeah.
It's just he would prefer us.
Yeah.
But our main goal is to make sure that they're good.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I'm just doing this right now so that it saves.
Yeah, no, of course.
We got the data that we need. Let me see. There it is. Unassigned Cellus IDs, golden tickets for the side rail. Yeah. What a lovely way to describe it. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed that. We definitely did. And we'll see you guys in the next video. So for now, have a good rest of your day, and we will see you soon. Bye.